Hey guys, before this video can really begin, I just need to give you guys a warning. This video is going through some heavy spoiler territory, so if you haven't watched Cobra Kai Season 4 yet, I really recommend you doing so. And without any further ado, let's get into Cobra Kai Season 4, baby! Is that a better way to begin talking about the new season than talk about its new characters? So in Season 4 they brought us Kenny, in some ways they also brought us Lapuso, I mean Anthony. There's also new kids, but let's be real, they don't matter, bro. And Kenny is a very interesting character, and I believe what makes him so interesting is that you can't really know what's going to go on with him, because he has aspects of a lot of other characters. So first, let's lay the basics of Kenny. Number one, he's a nerdy kid. Number two, he was bullied at school. Number three, he has a love interest that's the same of another boy. Number four, he grew a lot more confident after learning karate. Number 5, he became a bully. And number 6, he has a bad family structure. The thing is, with these 6 basics, you can make a lot of characters. For example, if you take 1, 2, 4, and 6, you get Miguel. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, you get Hulk. 2, 3, 4, 5, if you watch the right videos. And 6, and you get Daniel. So at the same time that Kenny is himself, he's also a mirror for a lot of other characters. Too bad you can't really say the same about Anthony, who's kind of a more friendless and arrogant Dimitri. And so this leaves the question of where will Kenny end very ambiguous, cause maybe he will humble himself like Hulk, even though I don't really believe Hulk humble himself, but I'll talk about this later. Maybe he will lose his will to fight, kinda like Miguel. Or maybe he will decide to still be a bully and like in 40 years you can have Cobra Kai too. I want to talk about 3 more characters in this video. These 3 characters being Hulk, Robbie, and...
El Diablo de la Lluvia!
But first, we have to talk about what makes someone a winner or a champion in the Cobra Kai universe. One of the first things that may come to your mind is, oh, that's easy, Miyagi-Do beats Cobra Kai. But not only is this answer wrong, it has been disproven, and dojos don't even matter at this point because every fighter in the series is using a mix of both styles. Then you may say, maybe the one who has been training for the longer is the winner. But then why did Nate lose to Kenny? Nate has been training since season 2, and Kenny only arrived and began training in the middle of season 4. What I believe makes someone a winner in Cobra Kai is a mix of 2 things. First, you need the reason to fight, and the stronger the reason is, the bigger your chances at winning a big fight. The other thing you need is a clear state of mind. If there's something in the character's head that's holding him back, he's probably going to lose. Let's take Robbie as an example. The things that motivated him were fear and anger. He was angry at his dad for not being present in his life, but he was also scared of becoming like his dad, what he would consider a failure. Robbie mind state was also pretty solid. During the season there were these little things that keep bothering him, but he managed to shrug them all off. But in Portuguese we do have a popular expression that says água mole em pedra dura, tanto bate até que fura, which translates to the soft water hits the hard stone so many times that it eventually pierces. For a better understanding of this analogy, let's imagine there's a cave, and in the middle of this cave there's a boulder, and from the ceiling of the cave, little droplets of water keep falling onto the boulder, and the droplets keep falling, falling, and falling, until eventually there's a hole made by the droplets in the boulder. In this analogy, the boulder would be Robbie's mind, and the last little droplet would be Kenny. The bond between Kenny and Robbie was strong, and because of that, after seeing Kenny beating up Anthony out of pure malice, he noticed the influence of Cobra Kai with his own eyes. In some ways, he finally noticed what his dad went through, and maybe that even himself isn't invulnerable to Cobra Kai influence. And with his mind state destroyed, Robbie could never have won the finals. Okay, then why didn't Miguel end up being the winner? Is it because of his back injury in the end of season 2? I personally don't think so. I believe the reason why Miguel couldn't end up being the winner of the championship is because when talking about mind state and reason, Miguel had neither. And for this little argument of mine to make sense, we need to go back to where it all began. So let's get back to season 1. So in season 1, Miguel was bullied, and in a physical sense, he was weak. The thing he had that differentiated him from his peers was his mind and his will, and the fact that he was neighbor to a karate master. Dimitri and Eli were somewhat satisfied with just going through high school without showing themselves. They had a pretty low self-esteem, but Miguel didn't go for that. He got sick of being bullied and decided to learn karate, so he stopped being a loser. So his mind was solid and his reason was good. But the thing is, when Miguel became a champion in season 1, his reason to fight was over. In season 4, we can see Miguel talking about the future, going to college, learning some skills. They didn't really say it out loud, but Miguel was getting over karate. He was already a champion. He already proved himself and he didn't feel like he had to do it again. Even his mind was affected after that heartbreaking scene with Johnny.
You're doing just fine. I love you. I love you too, Robbie.
So with that, Miguel was also out of the picture, and this leaves us with Hulk. Hulk. What can I say about Hulk being the champion? Can I be honest? I like Hulk. Every scene that he's in, he's funny. He's a pretty cool and absurd character, and that makes him very enjoyable to watch. I also like his fighting scenes. The actor really is pulling his weight to make his fight scene look good, but is he a champion? Hulk, as a character, is constantly shifting. He begins as nerdy and weak, same as Miguel. He starts to develop some self-esteem and gets a girlfriend, same as Miguel. But then they divert. While Miguel still has his heart in the right place, Hulk turns into a bully who likes to beat those who he perceives as an enemy. He gets to the point where he wants to beat his childhood best friend just because he's left a bad review on the dojo he goes to. My boy got insane. But at the end of Cobra Kai Season 3, it looks like Hulk redeemed himself after helping free Dimitri and fighting against the Cobra Kais. But the thing is, he remained a bully. I mean, don't get me wrong, he is a lot more mild than he used to be. But the scenes where he bullies Kenny, a middle school kid, even makes him drop out the food that he was carrying. Is this the attitude of someone who's not a bully anymore? Even if Kenny was wearing a Cobra Kai shirt, he should have noticed that he wasn't really a threat. And then he was jumped, he lost everything, his ego got shattered, his confidence was sent to the Shadow Realm, and his haircut.
Gone. Reduced to atoms.
This is probably the lowest we have seen of him since that flashback where he came home crying. But then he was saved in an act of kindness from his friend, his brother he mistreated for a long time. He got over his fear of fighting again, but he still had some trauma in him. His mind was still tainted, and that was foreshadowed by him failing the skills demonstration part of the competition. What did he fail at doing? A kick in the air. And in my opinion, kicks in the air are always something related to Hulk. I mean, his name is Hulk. But right before his fight against Skylar, one of his ex-school bullies, he got a very sweet message from his ex, and that really gave him his confidence back and a morale boost that he needed to win. With all these things, he had everything he needed to be a champion. He was fighting for the name of his friendship, and his mind was back to a good place. And just like that, he won. The thing is, I personally don't really believe Hulk deserved that win. In some way, it felt cheap to me, almost like he just won because Miguel and Robbie couldn't win. And I really like Hulk, but being a bully, then being humiliated is enough of a good arc to be a champion? This is the question I wanted to leave you guys with. And just like that, this video is over. I really want to thank you guys for watching. I know my content is kinda low quality right now, but hey, I'm trying. And please subscribe if you think you're gonna enjoy my content in the future. And that's it, guys. Thanks.
Sensei, ready when you are.